friends. Sorry to start this video off on such a glum note, but y'all always say you want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and so everybody's okay, but I'm just really frustrated, and I just got off the phone with Ellie. I just got done crying because I'm just so frustrated, and I don't think a lot of people understand when they just say, just go fix the fence. Like, I don't think they understand, like, that I've not fixed fences a whole lot, or, oh, just do the hot wire, just do it in one day. These things take a lot of planning and executing, and I'm not just, there's Phoebe, I'm not just managing the outside animals, I'm also managing the inside of the house, the laundry, the cooking, my clay stuff. And look, I'm not coming on here to be like, poor me, I've got so much going on, because I would not trade it for the world. Somebody, it's Maisie, she's rocking the side by side. I would not trade this for the world. I love this, but it has been an adjustment, I'm not gonna lie. When you have two people here watching animals 24/7, you know, it's pretty easy. And with Ellie's work schedule, it's been a very real adjustment. It's been very difficult. And I'm not coming on here to complain and have pity, but I do feel like y'all are invested in us and our animals, and so you deserve to know what's going on. And so today's about Wilma. Yesterday, Ellie had off, and we had to go around town and get supplies and stuff, and you know, that just, it took up so much more of our day than it should have. There was just so much traffic and everything, and so we didn't have much time when we got home to do anything. And then when we got home, you know, Wilma's gone, and so you have to go and get her and then re-secure where she's at. It takes a lot of time and planning, because we're not 100% sure what we want to do with Wilma yet. We have a few different ideas, and I'll show you some of our ideas. But I got up this morning, gave Wilma some treats in the garden, because that's where she's been. I've had her blocked in. All these things this morning, and then came out to do afternoon chores, and not even late afternoon chores, like early afternoon chores, and she's gone. The garden is wide open, so somebody is pushing the garden gate open, probably Wilbur or something. And I know what you're saying, well, maybe you should put Wilbur in the pond pasture. Well, Wilbur likes to dig holes. Wilbur does not dig holes when he's in the front yard, so that's why Wilbur stays in the front yard. I don't just let the animals run around like willy-nilly, like the emus. They can go wherever, but they're really good front yard animals. The dogs go wherever. Tilly, she chills in the front yard because that's where she's happy. She has a friend in Little Mama. Maisie walks around the front yard because Maisie the front yard pig. Horace is also a front yard pig. He's very small. I think that he could get out of holes if anybody else made them. So that's kind of why everybody's out where they are. But then, like, Wilma, I came out here and she's gone. Nobody's texted me or anything. I really appreciate that anybody texts and lets me know when Wilma's gone, because I can't keep eyes on her 24/7. I have so much going on. I wish I could just sit and watch her, and we're waiting to get our Wi-Fi fixed again, so I can't. It went out, something happened, so I can't get like a camera on her to just keep an eye on her, like a baby monitor or something. Can't do that because the backup Wi-Fi we have is not strong enough. So it's just like everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And so I just got off the phone with Ellie, and I was like, I couldn't find her. I went all around the neighborhood, like I went to the back and I couldn't find her. And then when I pulled up, she's in the pond pasture. How did she get in the pond pasture if she was in the garden? I said, I walked this fence line you see behind me. So over there is what I call the middle pasture, and then there's a gate right there. To keep the geese from getting out that way, I closed that gate and put a heavy trap up against it, because I didn't have a chain that would keep Wilma out. And that's not been messed with. So she didn't get into any of the other pastures and go through there. And I walked this fence line and there's no holes. She can't even push the panels are on this side. Depending on the way that you nail which side you put the panels on determines if she can push them or not. And these panels can't be pushed, but I still went and pushed on them all. No holes. So how did she get in the pond pasture? I don't know. Probably pushed some panels that are on the opposite way, but does that mean she went through Bree's pasture and went all the way around the road to get back here? I don't know. That's not good. So I called Ellie in tears, like, I don't know what to do. I've never, like, we have so many different plans and we're not fully set on all of our plans, and I'll walk you through why we're not and kind of the pros and cons. And I just want y'all to remember that when I tell you all of these pros and cons, you know, you can tell me where I should put our animals, but we do what is best for our animals, not just because we want to have friendly front animals in the yard. That's not why we do it. Everybody has a place for a reason, and especially regarding the emus, nobody ever says anything about the emus, but I just kind of want to explain why the animals are walking around the front yard. Typically the people that question it though aren't the one that watch these videos, but like the emus, they are a great yard protection. They monitor the yard all night while the dogs monitor the pastures. I haven't had any chicken problems with predators in a while because of that. Ever since the emus have been front yard pets, we haven't had any raccoon, any issues like that. And I'm really blessed for that. And so there's a reason why I keep everybody where there is. And so Ellie told me, Megan, you need to put her in the stall. Like, he was all for supporting me, put her in the garden because I felt bad, but put her in the stall, give her water, give her a snack. We will talk more when I get home. And I just broke down crying again because I hate locking them in the stall when it feels like there's no purpose, and when she doesn't understand. Maybe she does understand, but when she had babies, I think she understood that she had babies, she had to be in the stall. When Ziggy had to be in the stall, you know, he didn't understand, but I understood that this is a dangerous animal that, like, I need to tame down. And so I don't know why I can't apply the situation to Wilma needing to be in the stall, but I feel so bad. And it hurts my heart, and it makes me feel like a failure because I'm just trying to keep everything up here, and it is a lot. But like I said, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't trade it for anything at all. But I just feel like I'm failing. And then it doesn't help when people on the internet, oh, you need to do this, you should have patched this a long time ago. I don't know if y'all have ever had a pig that wants to get out. It's gonna get out. And my theory on why Wilma's getting out, I think she's in heat. I think she likes to wander. But I've noticed that about every month, once a month, we have about a week where Wilma is really, really bad about getting out. And it just started up again conveniently at the time when little Libby has weaned from Wilma. Meaning that Wilma can start going into heat again because they can't go into heat when they lactate. And then I noticed the aggression towards me. I looked it up, the vocalization she was making, it all adds up to her being in heat. And when they're in heat, they will just, they destroy things. I literally looked it up, and in pig groups, people are like, no, it's not your fault. Like, when they're in heat, it doesn't matter if there's a male around or not. They just wander, and they're destructive, and they will get, if you stop them from what they're doing, they will get aggressive. And so that's why she loosely attacked me the way she did. She's starting to chill out a little bit, but obviously still escaping. And so I've got to go put her in the stall, and then I'm going to walk y'all through kind of what we're thinking. We had a plan, but now I told Ellie, like, after I called him, I was like, I don't even know if the plan that we originally had is going to work. So I just feel defeated. I feel so defeated. Okay, don't mind me. Just put her in the stall, and now I'm sad. So my first idea is in here, and Ellie and I talked about it briefly. I was like, it's gonna take quite a bit of like fixing some things. And so like under here, this would be where Wilma's like little water hutch feed area would be. And I might even put Horace and like Wilbur with her if we choose to do that. But then we would have to come over here and hot wire this entire square, which I don't mind doing. I'm not afraid of hot wire at all. I've just never done hot wire on my own, and neither has Ellie. And so my dad asked me, like, if y'all are gonna do hot wire, can you at least let me come teach you, you know, so you don't shock yourselves, even though it doesn't like hurt. But like, the thing with hot wire is if you're gonna do it, you have to do it right. And if you don't do it right, then you might as well have not have even done it, you know? So my dad just wants us to do it right, and we do too. And so if we do it this way, it'll be fairly easy in this square to close the circuit. And so all of this would be fine. You would get it as low to the ground as you can. My dad did say dead grass can catch fire, so we would have to, I assume with the weed eater, come and cut this down and manage that, but that's not a problem. And so we would keep walking over here, and you know, you can see where we've had to patch over here. This is fine. We would probably get a Wilma size chain on this. So the problem with the square then comes when you get over here. So all of this would be hot wired, and they would learn to respect the hot wire. Then we would have to come over here and close the gate. We just would not use this gate as a way to get in here. Again, which is fine. We would hot wire the bottom of it, and that would be okay. They would then have access to this. We would have to keep this open, you know, because that's important. The only issue with this is that if you know, somebody needs to come in with their tractor, we would have to like unhook the hot wire, which is okay. If I have my dad help us set it up, I can tell him, like, can we make the end of the circuit like right here, so we could just take that wire off if somebody needs to come through with their tractor. And so that's, you know, an easy fix, and that's okay. Or you could go around and go through the big gate. But then we get over here. This will be good for them in winter, you know, but this is the problem, because this is for big animals. So we would have to come and put another panel in here, which again is okay. We could probably hot wire, but we might come and put more panels in here. Right here would be fine. You get to feed. I would just clean these out, and then we get back to over here, obviously. And this would have to have a really big chain on it to keep Wilma from getting out of that. But then again, hot wire, they will learn to respect it. So that was one plan, and I like it, but it just seemed like for the quickest solution, it seems like a lot of work that isn't going to get done quickly with our schedule. We would need like a whole day to do all of this, and that's okay if we do. We just have to block it out, and it has to be on the weekend when Ellie's home, because I can't do it on my own. So there's that. Our second plan was hot wire on this fence line, and I already talked to Bree about it, so I know she's okay with it. But Wilma pushes out of one of these panels, because you can see the panels are on Bree's side, which just means that when they're on that side, Wilma can push, and she can just pull the U-nails. If she pushes hard enough, it just pulls the U-nails out, and that's not anybody's fault, you know. That's really, I mean, it's Wilma's fault, but that's not anybody's fault. But this is where she gets out at, and we could just U-nail it again until she destroys the panel again later. So my plan was start the circuit over there, double line it like a long rectangle, and have it go all the way down that fence line, because this is where she gets out. That was my plan, right, Maisie? Until I realized I don't know where she got out today and how she ended up in the pond pasture. What if she could end up in the pond pasture, and then like I just don't know. I don't know. And then there's the garden, hot wiring the garden. We could double panel this, but again, is she gonna get out anywhere else? I don't know. And so the only option to me, oh, look at our baby. Hi, Libby. Seems to be the square. And I hate that. I hate that, you know, she doesn't get to free roam, but she showed me that she can't do it, and it just makes me sad for her. I wish she could handle it a little bit better. It would be really risky to spay her right now with how old she is, so that's not really an option, and that may not even fix the wandering. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just kind of really bummed out with the whole situation right now, really sad. And I've still got like 100 other things to do. So she's gonna have to stay in the stall for at least the rest of today, but I'm gonna get her some, about to go inside and film another video making some like peanut butter treats. And so I'll keep coming and giving her little treats and food. I'm about to go finish filling up her water, and she's just gonna have to stay in there, and I hate that. I hate that, but I don't know what else to do. And I feel like that's one of the hardest thing about farm life sometimes, is you have to do what's best for the animal, even though what's best for them they may not like. And I know it's only temporary, but it's still, it just hurts. It really does, because she knows what it's like to explore and all of that, and then just cooping her up, just, I hate it. That's why I chose the garden, but she's now shown me that she can't handle the garden either. So yeah, it's just a really tough situation. And just when you hear about the situation, you know, like, think about that there are a lot of other things behind the scenes that y'all don't know that goes on, and just things that she does behavior wise that like aren't bad, but like that she does, that when I see suggestions, and I love seeing the suggestions, sometimes I'm like, yeah, that just wouldn't be feasible with the situation that we have. So it's not a quick, easy fix. And we want it to be a permanent fix as well, not another temporary fix. We want it to be permanent. And so I feel like sometimes you have to take your time and really plan things out to do it efficiently and do it right. And that just sucks, because she is going to have to be contained until we can get that figured out. And I'm hoping we can get it figured. Well, definitely we're going to get it figured out by the end of the weekend. Hopefully we can get it done by Saturday, maybe even tomorrow if we can come up with a plan tonight. But we also have to get all the materials for it. So these things take time, and it's difficult. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Sorry for the glum mood, but yeah, that's just kind of how I'm feeling today, and it's a struggle today. So, but I'm gonna go fill up Wilma's water and give her some love, because I'm really sad right now for her. But I will catch y'all next time with another one. Bye, friends.